What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pro Winston here with a Winston European deck profile slash player profile with Joshua. This is an honor to do this video because he went with me to Worlds. He topped 3 in Worlds and he topped 32 today. Introduce yourself to the YouTube slash YouTube community.
Well, I'm Joshua Schmidt. I'm from Germany, Europe.
And how old are you?
I'm 17. I turned 17 this year.
I remember. What deck did you play today?
Today I played Mermail's Atlanteans.
Mermails.
Yeah.
I thought that deck was just a very hype deck. What about that deck do you like?
I like the playstyle of the deck. The fact that you're just so effective with your traps. You have so much protection. Like you run not many traps. It's not like windups. You run 11 traps, but you still get like raped by heavy storm. You get raped by hand traps. You can't draw too many monsters. So you just have to overview over the game. You hold a lot of hand cards instead of putting all your cards on the board, which makes it easier to your opponent to guess what you have or outplay your options. And while you're having 4, 5, 6 hand cards, it's just gonna be more consistent. You're gonna have a better overview over the game. You're gonna have more options. And what I like especially is that Abyss Sphere makes it very hard for every opponent to just space my torrentials and all that, which makes my protection even better.
All right. And why did you lose in top 32 before we get into the deck list?
Well, I lost to agents, and I actually think my agent matchup is pretty good, so I thought I would win this one, but I just drew. Not that good. I made one mistake in game 1, which ends up costing me the game, but that's alright. I mean, that happens. You have to admit that, but game 2 I drew double Megalo without anything to discard, and he Thunder Kings, I run into Thunder King with Turgodia, and he has the one honest. So that's basically the point where the game turns in his favor, and yeah, he beat me.
All right. Well, let's get into the deck.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the monsters.
Alright, so it's 1 Glacier, because Broken. 3 Megalos.
3 Megalos.
Yeah.
One of my friends named Patrick Hogan believes that card is good in 3s. Why?
I don't see any reason why I wouldn't run 3. It's so many. You have spheres to bring it out. You use Lins to bring it out. You use his own effect to bring it out. It's just one of the best cards in the deck. It's the way you win most of your games.
Heck, stop. Go ahead.
It's this thing you win most of your games with. So why wouldn't you run 3 in game 1 where you have to face most likely no fissures or macrocosmoses, something like that. So I just wanted to max out on 3.
All right. Continue.
3 Lins. 2 Abyss Spikes. That's it for the Mermails, and 3 Dragoons, 3 Marksmen, 2 Infantry. It's 2 Divas. Then you play this, of course. I ran 2 Maxis for windups, basically, because Magician Shark just raped you, and it's good in the mirror. I ran 1 Tragodia and 1 Gorse. That's it for the monsters.
Why not two Chagodias?
I'll play Gorse over the second Tragodia because I think the good thing about it, Gorse, is that it's good on its own. Like if there's any situations where I get down on cards, I can bring out a Gorse to turn the game to my favor, and it brings out 2 monsters which might be important if I play against players with Dimensional Prison.
Okay.
Spells. You don't play many spells in this deck. You play 1 Salvage, 1 Pot of Avarice to get your resources back, 1 Allure to get the best out of your Undines because you remove the controller, so you basically have a Pot of Greed. Darkhold, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, and 1 MST.
1 MSCs.
1 MST is perfectly fine in my opinion. Like, I don't even think you have to run the 1. I would never run more than 1 in this deck, like for space. But you have Marksman to pop face down cards. Like, so you only have problems with these continuous fissures, macrocosmos. So I actually don't think it's even needed in the main deck, because just Marksman is so good. You just max out on Marksman, you will not miss the MSTs. That's it for the spells. It's 7. You run 3 Sphere, 2 Torrential, and 1 Mirror Force.
That's all.
That's all.
No Solemn Warnings, no Bottomless Trap
Solemn
Hole?
Warning, no Bottomless Trap Hole, no Water Art. Just these. The Torrential and Mirror Force are so effective because, as I just mentioned, these are not getting MST that often. except for end of turn. So as long as a face down card on your side of the field has been there for more than a turn and can't be end phase spaced, it's not gonna get destroyed because opponents fear the space for -1. the sphere.
So it's more of a mind game then.
It's not really. The mind game is that the people want to chain MST to the sphere. They don't want the sphere to go off for a +1.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, and that's what makes these so effective.
So it's their own mind game that they're running on themselves.
You have to do it. You can't just run into the sphere for -1. It's just not that good.
All right, let's see the side deck.
Side deck, you run Air Orca,
Mm-hmm.
crazy card, 2 Soul Takers for against Thunder Kings mainly, but also Pulsar Dragons, Christias, Hyperions, whatever. What gets in the way? 2 additional MSTs, because as I said, Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, Soul Drain. Those have to be stopped. I ran 1 Leeching the Light.
Mm-hmm.
Good against Agents, good against Chaos Dragons, good against Thunder King in general in those decks, and this deck puts out multiple monsters very easily. Like you can put out a Divas, second one, Megalo, something like that, and that's the point where this card gets really broken because you get just so much damage on the board. There was one opponent who had like a Light Pulsar Dragon, and I brought out Spike in the end phase with Sphere, I brought out Diva, Summon Marksman, and just Leeching the Light and then Soul Taker his card and just attack for game. It's just very good. 2 Decrees,
Mm-hmm.
trap heavy decks. I played 1 Chain Burn in Swiss. I beat him with that in game 2 and 3. I lost game 1. Then we have 2 Mind Crush. Mainly mirror match. Because the Megalo, you show the Megalo, discard the cost, chain Mind Crush, discard the Megalo, he can search the sphere.
Okay.
2 Shadow Imprisoning, mainly Insectors. Because Insector matchup is like, if they're running the same build that won YCS Seattle, they're running Roars and Carcardies, maybe. But the Roar is pretty hard to overcome, because if you don't have the one to pop their face-up monsters, the infantry, there's no real way you get the Insectors out of the way. So if they have the Roar in the wrong situation, you're gonna lose the first game sometimes.
All right.
So then you run 2 goes in match for windups, basically, mainly.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 Needle Sealing against Shock Lock.
All right. Let's see the extra deck.
Mistburn,
Mm-hmm.
Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, Gangnir, never made him. Doloran, made him quite a few times. Catastor, easy level 5 with Diva.
Mm-hmm.
Hyper Librarian Army Arm, did this quite a few times when I have 2 Diva. So with 2 Diva you can get these 2 out and draw a card. So you just do that. That is for the Synchros. I brought out everyone except for him. Abyss Gaios, never made him, but in theory he's really good against windups and other stuff. Big Guy, made him a couple times with double Megalo or Gorse Megalo. Zenmain's really good. Leviathan has to be in this deck because you trigger the Atlanteans by detaching them. So sometimes you just go Marksman, detach, destroy face down card. Pretty good. Abyss Dweller, only rank 4 I run, because it's good in the mirror, it's good against Sanga in general, stuff like that, and you can trigger your own Dragoons by detaching it. Gachi, Divas, and there goes the Phoenix, I never made him. So I made every one except this, and this.
Any advice you can give to the American players that want to top events?
Here in Europe?
Yeah.
I have heard from people like Simon here, I talked to them. I've heard that it's harder over here, so you should definitely not expect it to be easy. I think so. I've not played one in America. I think that I will go there next year, so I can't really say that. But
Alright.
I think it's hard, and you should prepare for a different meta. I don't think it's the same because people have different play styles.
All right. Well, thanks for appearing on my channel.
No problem.
But I can't end this video without asking you about your playmat. This playmat is designed very well. What is it?
It's a local team of mine. Yeah, it's my team.
And how did you get that name? United Pro Gamers.
It's actually a fun name because I'm not in the team for so long. Like it's like 2 years I think now, and they already had the name when I came in, and they were like, when I was really small, I was like 14. They sometimes came to my locals because it's all players from around my area. It's not really that we really call us pro gamers. We top events currently, most of us, but it's more like a joke. And they were local players. There's a lot of my friends in there, so I entered the team when I wasn't really that like well known or something like that. I haven't topped many events when I entered the team, so and I don't have a problem with not being in a team that professional because I have my friends there. It's fine. It's cool.
So you play the game for fun mostly,
Mostly.
and you're just good at it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, you already know. If it's not pro gamers, it got to go deuces.
Yeah.